Bonjour les amis! The time has come! The subjunctive! Woohoo! Everybody loves the subjunctive. We're going to ease you in nice and slowly with the regular nerdy ER verbs. First of all, let's have a little overview of the subjunctive. Up to now, we've looked a lot at what is called in the grammar books the indicative mood. The indicative mood is used for stating concrete facts, which is why we've got our concrete fact mixer there. It's used for asking questions, to express opinions that you think are true, concrete. We've also looked at the imperative mood, which is used for giving commands, giving orders, suggestions, and advice. And now we're going to look at the subjunctive mood, which is used a lot more in French than in English, and it's used for expressing wishes, desires, fears, doubts, conjecture. The subjunctive is a mood used to express opinions and hypothetical situations, not concrete facts. It's philosophical, which is why it's represented by our philosopher, who is into expressing wishes, desires, is very, very emotional, expressing doubts, fears, opinions, obligations, and uncertainties. I already recorded this video using my Ivy, but because it's green, I can't film with green on a green screen because I have a green screen behind me. So I thought I'd use a blue screen. Only when I came to editing the video, it made me transparent. So this is round 2 and I'm afraid there's no green. This was the nearest I could find to looking somewhat Greek. As I said, the French use the subjunctive a lot, and you will often find its happy little face after the word that, which is que in French. Par exemple, il faut que, which means it's necessary that. Vouloir que, to want that. Avoir peur que, to fear that. Avant que, before. The subjunctive is formed for regular nerdy verbs by taking the third person plural. That just means the il, elle, they conjugation. You take that stem. The stem means you take off the ending, which will be the ent. Just put the ent to one side, just for a little moment, and then you add on the subjunctive endings, which are very similar to regular er endings in the present tense, except for the nous and vous conjugations, because it's es, e. Now you slot in the letter I for the nous and vous, ions, iez, and then you take back that ent that you took off in the beginning and place it back on for the last conjugation. Par exemple, il faut que je regarde ce film. You can't even see the difference there with the conjugation. It's the same as the regular er in the present tense. It's necessary that I watched this film. Of course, in English, we don't speak like that. We would replace it with something like I have to or I must watch this film. Il faut que tu regardes ce film. It's necessary that you or you have to watch this film. Il faut qu'il, qu'elle ou qu'on regarde ce film. Now, all of those, you can't see the difference. However, you can with nous. Il faut que nous regardions ce film. Okay, not regardons, you stick in an I now, regardions. It's the same for vous. Il faut que vous regardiez ce film with a little I in front of the EZ. And the last conjugation is as normal. Il faut qu'il ou qu'elle regarde ce film. So we translate it as whoever it is has to or must, but in your head it needs to be it is necessary that. Of course, there are some quirky irregular verbs, and of course they have to be different, but only for the nous and the vous conjugation. The same thing happens for all the other conjugations as we did for the regular verbs. However, for the nous and the vous conjugations, they're going to be a little bit awkward because they're saying, we don't want to use the il, elle, they conjugation stem. Thank you very much. We'll keep our own stem from the present tense. And they do. So if we look at the verb revenir, the first stem, which is used for the je, tu, il, elle, on, and the il, elle, they conjugation, they will take the stem from the they conjugation, reviennent, without the ent on the end. However, for nous and vous, they don't want that stem. They want their own stem from the present tense. So the stem is now R-E-V-E-N, which is how you conjugate it in the present tense. Regardons, let's see. Il faut que je revienne. Il faut que tu reviennes. Il faut qu'il ou qu'elle ou qu'on revienne. Il faut que, now the stem is different. Revenions. Il faut que vous reveniez. And finally, il faut qu'il ou qu'elle, we're going back to that initial sound, revienne. What can I say? Je, tu, il, elle, on, and the final il, elle conjugation use the il, elle stem from the present tense. But nous and vous use the nous, vous stem from the present tense. Let's look at some of the verbs that do this. Venir. Vienne, vienne, vienne. Venions, veniez, vienne. Tenir. Tienne, tienne, tienne. Tenions, teniez, tienne. Prendre. You can't hear the difference here. The only difference is for the four conjugations that do the normal thing, you have double N, and for the nous and vous, it's just a single N. So for prendre, prenne, prenne, prenne. Prenions, preniez, prenne. Devoir. This is not one you will use very much, but it sure sounds funny. Doivent, doivent, doivent. Devions, deviez, doivent. Voir. Again, you can't hear it because all four conjugations have the I, but in the nous and vous, there's a Y in there, as well as an I. Voir, voir, voir. Voyons, voyez, voir. The same thing happens for croire. So you can't hear the difference, but there is a Y as well as an I for the nous and the vous conjugations. Croix, croix, croix. Croyons, croyez, croix. And for boire, funny, funny, funny. Boivent, boivent, boivent. Buvions, buviez, boivent. And then we have the super irregular, surreal looking verbs that just do their own thing. And of course, many of our essential bread and water verbs, that is, the most commonly used verbs in the French language, just do their own thing. These delightful verbs just need to be learnt par cœur. Avoir. Ayant with a Y, ayez with a Y, et. Être. Sois, sois, sois. Soyons, soyez, sois. Pouvoir. Puisse, puisse, puisse. Puissions, puissiez, puisse. Savoir. Sache, sache, sache. Sachions, sachiez, sache. Like a tongue twister. Faire. Fasse, fasse, fasse. Fassions, fassiez, fasse. Aller. Aïe. That's how you say ow in French. Aïe, aïe. Now the sound changes. Allions, alliez, aïe. And vouloir. Veuille, veuille, veuille. Voulions, vouliez, veuille. But today we're going to do the wonderful, straightforward, nerdy, regular ER verbs, which just follow the normal pattern. That is, taking the stem from the il, elle, they conjugation, removing that ent ending, and adding the subjunctive endings e-ese, ions, iez, ent. First of all, let's be concrete. We're going to conjugate parler, a regular ER verb, in the indicative, just the normal, in the present tense. So, je parle, tu parles, il, elle, on parle, nous parlons, vous parlez, il, elle parle. Let's compare it to the subjunctive. Imagine it says il faut que je parle, same spelling, que tu parles, same spelling, qu'il ou qu'elle ou qu'on parle, same spelling. Now we're going to put in the I. Que nous parlions rather than parlons. Que vous parliez rather than parlez. And the last one sounds the same. Qu'il ou qu'elle parle. In the subjunctive mood, there are two subjects, not just one. Je veux que nous arrêtions de fumer. Two subjects, je and nous. What does it mean? It means I want us to stop smoking. But the French don't express it like that. They express it as I want that we stop smoking, which sounds really awkward in English. Compare it to this next sentence, which has just one subject. Je veux arrêter de fumer. Here we are using infinitives. I want to stop. Je veux arrêter de smoking. With consecutive verbs in French, you need to use the infinitive. You only conjugate the first one unless it's split up into clauses with words like que. Il faut que vous deviniez mon âge. You have to guess my age. Literally, it is necessary that you guess my age. So we've still got two subjects. Il is not the he, il. This is what is called an impersonal il. So we translate it as it. It is necessary as your first subject that you guess my age. Il faut deviner mon âge. Here, just one subject. You can avoid the subjunctive by taking off the que and adding an infinitive instead. Il faut deviner mon âge. It's necessary to guess my age. We're going to kick off the subjunctive with wants and desires. Vouloir que, to want that, will trigger the subjunctive. Désirer que, to desire that. Préférer que, to prefer that. Souhaiter que, to wish that. Let's start with vouloir, to want. Let's conjugate it. Je veux with an X. Tu veux with an X. Il, elle, on veut with a T. Nous voulons. Vous voulez. Il, elle veulent. To fold, you see there's some folded origami, which is a frog. Une grenouille, with a ballerina doing one of the moves called plier. Thank you, Lynn, for the ballet association. It was a good one. Mum wants us to fold our clothes using nous. You have to say it as Mum wants that we fold our clothes. Maman veut que nous plions, with a double I, nos vêtements. Using tu. Do you want me to fold your clothes? Do you want that I fold your clothes? Tu veux que je plie tes vêtements? Or in French, you'll often stick in a te to imply for you. Tu veux que je te plie les vêtements? Now it becomes les vêtements because you've already said for you. So it's obviously going to be your clothes. To water, as in to water the garden, or to celebrate. This is a more colloquial term, to celebrate with a drink. Arroser. Now Marilyn came up with a very good association for this one. On the end of a watering can where the water comes out, that end piece is called a rose. Arroser. And we're watering a rose here, arroser. Using vous, they want you to celebrate the birth of their son. Ils ou elles veulent que vous arrosiez la naissance, which is where we get renaissance from, de leur fils. Be sure to say that L and S for son. Otherwise it sounds like daughter, fille. It is an exception. Fils. Using nous and addressing tu, we want you to celebrate the birth of our daughter at our place this weekend. Nous voulons que tu arroses la naissance de notre fille chez nous ou à la maison ce week-end. You say à la maison, you mean your own home. You don't tend to organise parties at somebody else's house and just tell them like that. to sulk. Here we have a sulky Buddha. You big sulky Buddha, because to sulk in French is bouder, 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 bouder. Mum doesn't want you, addressing vous, to sulk all day like the last time. Maman ne veut pas que vous boudiez toute la journée comme la dernière fois. To pour or transfer, as in to transfer money. Verser. Julien wants that waitress over there to pour him some wine. Julien veut que cette serveuse-là lui verse du vin. Because it's to pour some wine for him. To him, for him, lui. Désirer, to desire, just a polite way of saying to want. Now this is used in French, not used much in English, certainly not in commerce like it is in French. People will often say, rather than what do you want, vous désirez? Let's conjugate it. It's a regular ER verb. Je désire. Tu désires. Ils, elles, on désire. Nous désirons. Vous désirez. Ils, elles désirent. What's to overtake or to double? Doubler. She wants, but we're going to use desires, you, to overtake that lorry, that truck, using vous. Elle désire que vous doubliez ce camion, using vous. Do you want me, but using désirer, do you want me to overtake that van? A van is a little camion. It's feminine. Vous désirez que je double cette camionnette? Camionnette. It's cute, isn't it? To wrap up or to package. The clue is inside the parcel. There's a picture of a ball there. What's the French for ball? Emballer. Emballer. You ever tried to wrap one up? You have, Jim, haven't you? Monique wants, desires us to wrap them up. Monique désire que nous les emballions. Monique wants us, using désirer, to wrap them up for her. For her, to her. Monique désire que nous les lui emballions. Did you get it? To tell off, to chastise or to scold. Gronder. Gronder. They don't want you, they don't desire you to tell off the children anymore. Il ou elle ne désire plus que vous grondiez les enfants. There are lots of familiar terms for children. Gamin, les gosses, les mômes. To deliver is, just think of what is on that trolley there, a big pile of books, because it's livrer, like livre. Stand and livre. Debout et livrer ton argent ou ta femme. Adam and the ants. Monique wants, using desires, Monique wants us to deliver the parcel or the packet to the people who live at number 40. Monique désire que nous livrions le paquet aux gens qui habitent au numéro 40. Because numéro is masculine, we use au. Préférer, to prefer. This is one of the verbs where, when you get this acute accent before a mute E, it will change to a grave E. Let's conjugate it. Je préfère. Look, the accent's changed round. Tu préfères. Il, elle, on préfère. But of course, for nous and vous, they follow the spelling of the infinitive. We go back to the acute accent. Nous préférons. There is a difference in sound. It's préférons and préfère. Et. Vous préférez. Il, elle préfère. To give birth. Similar to lie down. You say to a dog, lie down, coucher. To give birth is accoucher. The doctor prefers her patients to give birth at the hospital rather than at home. When a doctor is female, you say la femme médecin or la femme docteur. Préfère que ses patientes, has to be the feminine of course for giving birth, accouchent à l'hôpital rather than is plutôt que chez elle or plutôt que à la maison. To stay or to remain. Rester does not mean to rest. My parents prefer you, addressing vous, to stay in my room after having eaten dinner. Charming. Mes parents préfèrent que vous restiez dans ma chambre après avoir dîné. So after having, we use the present participle having. The French will use the infinitive. Après avoir dîné. To plug in. Brancher. They prefer you, using vous, to plug in your laptop over there. Il ou elle préfère que vous branchiez votre ordinateur portable là-bas. To unplug. It's to debranch. Débrancher. They prefer us to unplug our phone leads. A lead is un câble. Il ou elle préfère que nous débranchions nos câbles. Souhaiter, to wish for, to want, another polite way of saying it. A wish is un souhait. Take off the ER. There's also another word for wish, which is un vœu, which comes from vouloir. Let's conjugate souhaiter. Je souhaite. Tu souhaites. Il, elle, on souhaite. Nous souhaitons. Vous souhaitez. Il, elle souhaite. Hours of fun. Do you wish us to ski off-piste? Addressing vous. Off or outside? Hors, like outside, dehors, or a starter. Hors d'œuvre. Œuvre is a masterpiece. It's outside the masterpiece, outside the main thing. Vous souhaitez que nous skions with a double I hors piste? Sure you knew that term if you've been skiing. To toast or to grill, or colloquially, to go through a red light. Griller. Griller du pain, or going through a red light. Griller un feu rouge. Call it a red fire rather than a red light. He wishes you, as in he wants you, to toast his bread. Il souhaite que vous grilliez son pain. He wants you to toast his bread for him, addressing vous again. For him is the same as to him. It's a Chuckle Brothers situation. It's a lui-leur situation. Il souhaite que vous lui grillez le pain. Toast is literally grilled bread, du pain grillé. Et voilà les amis. Wasn't too bad, was it? It could only get worse. À la prochaine fois. Merci.